History of Freemasonry. Origin. The mythical roots of Freemasonry take us back in time to Adam, according to some authors, and to the era of the construction of Solomon's Temple, according to others. Less ambitious historians link the beginning of Freemasonry with the Pythagoreans, Essenes, early Christians, or Templars. However, it was not until the mid-19th century that Georg Claus asserted that Freemasonry originated from the Brotherhood of Free Stonemasons, also known as the medieval construction guilds. The earliest evidence of the existence of a free construction guild in medieval Europe dates back to the year 643, according to the edicts of the Lombard king Rothari. In the Gothic era, when the construction of magnificent church buildings could last for centuries, workers and craftsmen, who settled near the construction sites where their tools were stored, gradually united into close-knit communities. Over time, these communities adopted a guild structure. Rules were developed regarding relationships among members, the admission of new comrades, the resolution of disputes, etc. Certain ceremonies were also established for various aspects of communal life. Construction guilds undoubtedly existed in England, where stonemasons were officially named Freemason or Free Stone Mason. However, the exact circumstances of the emergence of construction lodges in England remain unclear. For example, the Charter of 926, supposedly granted by King Athelstan to the Free Stonemasons of York, which is traditionally considered the beginning of the history of construction guilds in England, is questionable. In contemporary Masonic literature, about 20 manuscripts with specific Masonic texts related to the early period are mentioned. The oldest of them is the poem Regius, the manuscript of which was found in the Old Royal Library at the British Museum in the 1830s. By the 17th century, construction guilds in Europe began to decline rapidly, and by the beginning of the 18th century, they had almost ceased to exist, along with the decline in the construction of Gothic cathedrals. The revival of English lodges was facilitated by the fact that from the end of the 16th century, so-called accepted Masons, wealthy and educated people who were not part of the construction trade, began to gain access to them, bringing a progressive element into the lodges. One of the first was the London antiquarian Elias Ashmole, whose admission on October 16, 1646, into a lodge in Warrington, Lancashire, is recorded in his diary. In the late 17th century, William III of Orange joined the lodge, which led to the craft of stonemasons being called the Royal Art. It is likely that it was during this period that the enlightened, accepted Masons conceived the idea of using the structure of construction guilds, which were in some respects philanthropic institutions, to create a new movement dedicated to universal brotherly love.